Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. This is Shōgun Season 1, Episode 5. This officially marks the halfway point for Season 1, and as I mentioned in my first reaction to the show, they actually are greenlit for another season or seasons. I kind of forget if they did two, so there is something to look forward to in the future. To be honest, I'm a little unsure how they're going to navigate what's kind of happened. I mean, Toranaga's going to have to find out about this, and then obviously the Council of Regents, which is going to be quite the conundrum. Yeah, he kind of fucked up, I'm not going to lie. But let's not let the little rat Omi go, because we saw him smiling at the very end of that episode after convincing the son to pretty much go forward. Like, oh yeah, I guess you gotta do it. What about Toranaga? He's going to find out. You're going to be in trouble. And then the son's just like, oh, it won't matter. Like, no one respects me. I just got to do it myself. So, anyway. If you do enjoy the video, make sure you give it a like. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to follow along not only for Shōgun, but for any other video I upload. Currently, we're also doing Jujutsu Kaisen in parallel with this, and we've officially crossed the halfway point in that show as well. Things are really starting to heat up there too, so you probably don't want to miss it. Without further ado, make sure you grab a drink and some snacks before we get started, and let's go. Oh, there's Gardner. Precious name is Rijo or Rijo. Uh-oh. No bueno. Okay, not as bad. It's like, how'd the Council of Regents already hear about this? And then amass an army. Rijo? I know they're going to say it eventually. I hope. Otherwise it's going to be keeping me up all night. Oh no. Buntaro. Told you though. I knew he wasn't dead. No off screen for the homie. Well, it's kind of an asshole. Maybe not the homie. Man, she's not happy. It's a complicated thing, too. Uh-oh. Broken to the fist. Also, that's a terrible way to walk. Too much intentionality. I'm fine with just like bumping into walls and stuff. It's like when you get too close to a wall and like you realize you're about to hit it, you try to like duck to dodge it, but then you like run into it anyway. It's a little late for the unification though. You kind of shot yourselves in the foot. Now you really only have yourselves to blame. Oh man. Yeah, you better say sorry. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from Toranaga, but it's also pretty apparent that these guys aren't the sharpest tools in the shed, so it's not too hard to kind of work them over as well as just get around them to achieve your goal. Like I said earlier too, they're not unified for really anything. That's impressive, even if I don't like the guy.
主人は
文太郎にはそなたと同じく安心の屋敷に投留するよう申し付けた。さすれば二人のどちらにも仕えられる。根原定禅を殺したのは我が息子の計りごとであったのか。
I know. I think he's pushed
私に
it.
は分かりません。
定禅を死なせたのは愚の骨頂。石堂はそれを戦の大義名分に掲げるに違いない。
Even a blind fool could see that.
父上。
マリコ殿、この記事は安心に使わす。わしからの例の印じゃ。
Man, horses scare me. They're just too big and like too reactionary, I feel. And then there's too many horror stories, or at least maybe I just read too many of the specific ones where people will get kicked in the head, or even if it's a horse they've taken care of their whole lives. Just gets spooked or something, or goes crazy, bites you.
いや、お前はあのような愚行に駆り立てさせたのは野心に燃える老いの方か。
父上。
殿と呼ばぬかいつまでも甘えるでない。けどもろえな。馬というやつは人以上に油断がならぬ。
Yeah, see? I'm in line with you.
やすやすと罠にはまりよった。手なずけられたのじゃ。たかと変わらんが。さほど麗しゅうもないがの。人もたかも同じじゃ。わしが命ずるままこの拳からまっすぐに飛び立ち、動く者すべてを殺す者がおる。その一方で餌でつらねば動かぬ横着者もおる。じゃがな、手なずけられん者などおらぬ。人を操り獲物めがけて飛ばす術を身につけよう。そなたのために狩りをさせるのじゃ。
I think that's... Man, I love every time we get any snippet or any conversation with Toranaga. There's so many layers to it. Like, I'm thinking the title for this, Broken to the Fists, could be similar to the Falconry, where it's, you know, you throw them, they come back to your fist no matter what. You're kind of controlling everything. You give them flight, tell them when to go for the lure because you're throwing it. Just the way you manipulate people. And then departing that wisdom onto his son, which is going to go in one ear and out the other. So it's Ash's last time. That was for the son and the father. This time it is the head. Okay.
See that? I do my part and the old man does his. Now we're getting somewhere.
He started off good
You
on
can't understand
stones.
what I'm saying, but when I was your age, one of my first chores was cleaning game. My father would poach from the estate in Chatham. Watch this. Mite kudasai. Now we'll hang it up for a few days to mature, maybe a week, depending on the weather.
鳥は腐りまするぞ。お分かりでござりまするか。腐る。
Yes, yes. There will be a terrible stench. But this is a gift from Toranaga-sama. It must be the best pheasant this village has ever prepared. Now, this next part is very important. No one is to touch this bird. Kokoro imashita ka? Kinzuru. Hai. Sawattara shinu.
三島で安心
Aging the meat is very interesting.
包丁はつらいさせよう。今後私たちが口にするものには安心様の道具を使わぬようにして。
隣村に腕のいい料理人がおりますよ。
料理人を変えとうなったら私から申し伝える。富士様、安心様がご自分のお屋敷でご自分のお好きなものを召し上がって何の触りがある。失礼いたします。
The problem has
お
arrived.
見えでございまする。これはおじ上。無事にご生還そばされ何よりでござります。
マリコはどこじゃ。
虎長様の野人に参られました。呼びに行かせましょうか。
わしもここに投留せよと虎長様に仰せつけられたんじゃ。嫁が万人と同じ屋敷に暮らしていると聞き、なんとも気分が悪かった。ことびはわしも同じ目に遭うと。万人の奥方とはどんなものじゃ。
言葉でござりまするが。
I mean, he's Hatamoto
私
now,
は
so I
旗
mean,
本
I
の
don't
性
really.
質でございますよ。
Yeah, exactly.
わかりかねます
It's high ranking. Shouldn't really be dishonored for him to stay here.
奴めはお前と寝たのか。
いいえ。ありがたいことに。安心様には私より好みに合う女子がおりますので。
Oh shit. And she looked hella nervous earlier. Once he mentioned that he's staying under here as well.
万人は万人の女
She
子だ
knows
け
for
相手
sure.
にしておればよいのじゃ。
Naughty, naughty.
万人に申し伝えておけ。有限には戻るとな。
守備は上々にございます。万人の大筒を使った兵法には驚くべき新たな値打ちがございました。
演習を楽しみにしておるぞ。
は
されど わしが十分後ろに下がってからにしてもらいたい。ネバラ上禅の名前にはないとこないのでな。もしや長門をそそのかし、上禅らを攻撃させたのはお主かも。
いえいえ、そのようなことは。
さすれば指導への返答を遅らせることができ、これから先も双方につくことができるからの。
殿、長門殿は上手に大砲隊のことを報告させまいとしてご決断されたのでございます。
長門はあのような策略を思いつくほど賢くはない。
恐れながら我がおいの仕向けたことかと存じまする。あの日の前夜、長門殿とお酒を酌み交わしておりました我がおいの言葉であらぬ考えが浮かんだのでございましょう。大耳は拙者が虎長様に代わって懲らしめておきまする。あ、
懲らしめると。何故敵を誘い出す妙案を編み出してくれた末頼もしき若武者をわしが懲らしめねばならんのじゃ。
おお。
奴らの本陣たる大坂で兵を挙げておれば、わしの負けは火を見るより明らかであった。じゃが甥御殿のおかげで奴らの方から討ち入れて、ここにおる我らを攻めるより他のうなったのじゃ。我らは守りを固めればよい。敵の数をすり減らしな。
おっしゃる通りにございます。それがしも同じことを考えておりました。
甥御殿に伝えよ。安心と鍛錬しておる大砲隊の采配を任せる。
Stir in that
大
pot.
見殿には当然の褒美であろう。
I wonder if it's kind of a way to see if Yabashige would turn on Omi or not. You can like rat him out, throw him, well, not rat him out, but maybe like throw him under the bus.
やつめわしをなぶっておる。獲物を捕らえた鷹のようにわしを振り回しておるのに、あろうことかこのわしの領地でじゃ。
It's a nice callback to the whole like you throw the lure right and they're gonna go for it. You kind of command the bird from your fist. I like the writing in the show, man.
叔父上、もしご所望であれば逮捕隊は叔父上にお譲りいたします。
今何と申した。逮捕隊がお前のものとでも申すつもりか。お、もともとわしのものである逮捕隊をどのようにしてわしに譲ると申すのじゃ。お、虎長の患者を見つけろ。大坂に行ってくれ。石郎に申し開きをせねばならん。こちらがうまく運ばなかった時のためにな。
マリコ様も私もよくよく業が不幸ござりまするな。安心様がたたり神のように台所を汚されたと思うたら、こたびは叔父上が黄泉の国から舞い戻られようと。
I have to look that up.
焼き食いの種がまた一つ増えましたね。
Also interested in why they walk,
もし
not like an Egyptian, but in a very particular way. At least the women do.
何故危うくなるなどと思われるのじゃ。
You can't pull wool over my eyes. I know
I
what you
understand your
did.
husband is to stay with us now. Is there anything you feel I should be preparing for?
Like fighting for my life.
Dinner?
Dinner.
And you will be a gracious host.
I'm willing to bet $5 Buntaro's going to make a comment about the sword.
いい石がなければいわば臓器が生い茂るだけの茂みに過ぎませぬ。わかります、おじろ。
Ujiro.
ようこそおいでくださいました、文太郎様。
戸田様じゃ。
My husband wishes for you to address him as Toda-sama, as Bintaro is reserved only for those close to him.
My bad.
Tell Toda-sama it's a relief he was able to escape Osaka, and an honor for him to have observed our cannon regiment today.
あのような死地から生還するとは、よほどの業のものじゃとおっしゃっておられまする。大砲隊の鍛錬をご覧いただけたことも光栄にござりまする。
わしの夢はどんな大砲よりも早く長く飛ぶ。
He believes that in the hands of a true samurai, the bow and sword will always outmatch the cannon.
Oh, perhaps we should have a friendly contest sometime.
Fast as fuck, boy.
何やら屋敷の中で死んでおるのではないか。
失礼いたします。有限の支度が整いました。
Now, for my esteemed guests on this wonderful evening, I am proud to present to you taste from my home country. We call it English rabbit stew. Now, admittedly,
with pheasant.
I substitute for the ingredients, sake, sherry, and a few other things, but that's the beauty of a good stew. It all tastes like gravy in the end. Michael, some more.
We are particular eaters, Anjin-sama. It is our loss.
なんたら食べようじゃ。小猿のようにおとなしく食うよるわ。
What do you say?
My husband comments on the way you eat your noodles. The sound you make while eating reveals the depth of your pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so petty.
Hmm. 賢い猿じゃな。なかなか飲み込みがよいではないか。
You know, where I come from, only women drink from a tiny cup like that.
Anjin-sama no okuni de wa.
Oh, are you starting? Well, he's not really starting it, but he's kind of continuing it. But still, come on,
The
dude.
polite size of the sake cup helps us to enjoy the drink and
This is gonna go south so fast.
This is how we drink.
With eye contact the entire time, that's crazy. Either there's only two outcomes here, three outcomes here. They pass out drunk, nothing happens. They become best of buds, and that continues throughout the entire series. Or they fight each other. There's no other options here.
それからその肉汁は海に捨てておしまい。
If you cheat, cheat death. If you steal, steal the heart of a woman. If you lie, lie in the everlasting warmth of her bosom. And if you drink, drink with me.
Fuck your wife, dude. Oh man.
万人の国に参ったようじゃ。
Mariko-san, ask her husband if he'd share the story of his escape in Osaka. I'm never too late for a good story. Go on, ask him that.
恐れ入りまする。安仁様は大阪を脱出なさった武勇伝をぜひ聞かせてほしいとおっしゃっておられます。
武勇は死人を飾るもの。物語は子供に聞かせるものじゃ。
安仁様が無作法なことを申しお詫びいたしまする。安仁様のお国では手柄話をするのが普通のことなのでございましょう。
ならばこやつに戦の話を聞いてみよう。こやつは虎長様の隊を鍛錬する立派な侍だろう。
He would like to know about a war you have fought in.
Ah, my war stories are full of holes.
Please listen. My husband is tired and has had a lot to drink. You must tell him a story. But
She's
use your
gotten
words
pretty
carefully.
serious. Is he a violent drunk?
Iie, ikusa, hanashi, anata.
Talking back?
おい来ない指まで
Yeah, that's just ramped up from like 0 to 100 way too quick.
柱を選ばせろ。
The gateway of your house. He asks you to choose a post.
But he's going to shoot it.
The left or the right post.
Oh, the man can't even see straight.
Please. Choose.
Right.
右の柱を。
Mariko-san, you should move.
Holy shit.
Mariko-san, move! Mariko-san!
It's a big no for me, dog. This dude's... I'm at a lost for words.
Mariko-sama, get out of the fucking way!
You just go through the same hole. That's insane.
Please tell him that while I understand that in this country, like mine, a man's wife is his property, but I believe strongly But his wife merits better.
Shit. It's got me stressed out.
妻は持ち物であり、夫の意のままにして良いのでござりましょう。されど安仁様は妻をもっと丁重に扱ってはいかがかとおっしゃっておられまする。
笑わせよるわ。あろうことか。お前を丁重に扱いじゃぞ。こやつにお前の氏筋を教えてやれ。言わんか。
I'm to
poor
tell you
Fuji.
about my family.
お前にどんな横島な汚れた血が流れておるのか教えてやれ。
Wait, what?
I am daughter of the late Lord Akechi Jinsai.
Mariko-sama, you don't have to do this.
衆殺しの逆進の娘じゃろうが。
Just make up a story. You'll never know the difference.
My father's lord was Kuroda-sama, ruler of Japan before the Taiko. Kuroda-sama was corrupt and murderous, and so my father killed him out of love for the realm. For this he was hunted along with my family, all of my brothers, sisters, and my mother.
Is she like the sole survivor then?
They all knelt before my father, who was forced to execute them one by one, before committing seppuku himself.
This is quite the lore drop.
I was just married and not permitted to fight. Each year on the anniversary of my family's murder, I asked my husband to let me take action against this injustice. But I can do nothing because my husband orders me to live.
Well, I can safely say I wasn't ready for that.
I ask you to remember the Eightfold Fence. Excuse me.
誰が下がっておいと申した。マリコ!
Get out of the way. Just move, damn it.
叔父上はもうおりませぬ。
Get out of the way. Ima.
Using the pistol to protect the household. Already doing a good job of that.
Get back! 安仁様にこのようなありさまをお見せしてはなりませんなんだ。
Nah, shit, he's gonna get shot. He's gonna fucking kill him.
お止めいたしましたが、
It's gonna go south.
どうしても聞いていただけず、二人とも出て行ってくださります。出て行ってくださりませ。この家で騒ぎを起こされたら、安仁様の恥となりますゆえ。今さら何が恥でござりまする。この家は業の深い人間だらけじゃ。
Punchalo! Look at me! Now, what are you doing? Get up!
その方の屋敷の輪を乱してしまうな。何だぞ。ご勘弁を。酒。
Sake! Is that your excuse? Get up, you bastard! On your feet!
酒が優位に。
Man, if you know you're a terrible drinker,
Sake.
you just can't do it. You just gotta have that self-control. It's an addiction and a problem, you gotta seek help. It's true even nowadays. Don't give him that look. What the fuck are you doing? And even though, even still, it's not okay to put your hands on anybody, let alone a woman and or your wife.
翼が濡れすぎじゃ、アムラジ。
いかにも。しかしここに鳩を隠すというのはもともと殿のお考えにござりまするぞ。
藪重が村で患者を探し回っておるようじゃの。
殿、拙者が名乗り出ること何とぞお許しくださいませ。
そうはいかん。
Sneaky, sneaky.
殿本明直。かねてよりわしに仕える大事な家臣じゃ。患者の役目を続けよう。
ならばいかがいたしましょう。
その方の身代わりをあてがってやれ。
Or you're just gonna frame some innocent person? Hope they buy it?
本に尽きたってや。
You all right?
All of this is my doing.
Mariko-sama, your husband's brutality is no fault of yours.
We should not be seen together.
Ah, the pox on that. Don't put it behind that folded fence of yours, whatever you call it. I see you. You're disgust for him. If you want to be free of that shitless coward, then be free of him.
Still, you understand so little. Your swords. Fuji-sama believes they were given to her father as a battle honor. The truth is, he died a coward, begging for his life. Her grandfather bought them from a drunken samurai for 3 bags of rice to spare her the embarrassment. But she knows nothing, and we say nothing. Because our silence is what she merits.
Dude, the lore drops rather, throughout this episode have been...
I will give my husband nothing. Not even my hatred. Because
that is next level petty. Also extremely unhealthy.
It's a good story.
If you ever find yourself in a relationship like that, you need to just get out, seek therapy for post-relationship
shuffling
breakup.
around with your manners and your buried self for what?
I would not expect for you to understand.
Oh, forgive me, but you died to avenge your father.
It really
You
is
live
so
in anguish.
foreign. I don't understand it either.
To spite your husband, which is it? What becomes of you?
Exactly.
My life is mine, and yours is yours. If you can't see that,
And if you're just living it to spite
you'll
somebody
never be free
else,
of
like,
this prison.
it's no real life. Like, you only get one chance. Theoretically, there's no afterlife, depending on what you believe in.
It is you who
Why would
is
you
in
waste your
prison.
one chance?
If freedom is all you ever live for, you will never be free of yourself. I will honor my duty as your translator. But from this day forward, the only words we share will be from others' lips.
That's heartbreaking, man. Especially once you reach the stage of having like a physical connection with someone that you care about. That's rough.
What is it? Tori, Tare, Totta desu ka?
栄次郎でござりまする。
Oh, the gardener. Old bastard should get a medal just for being able to climb up there. It's fine. He's been up there long enough anyway. Ujiro, Yoroshi.
栄次郎は死にました。
Wait, what?
Shinimashita. Doshite?
殿が。
Wait, did they kill him because... Yeah, he said if you took it down, you would
触っ
die.
たら死ぬと。
What have you done?
Your words have power,
You
man.
put that old man to death. Over a stinking,
Too literal.
God-cursed pheasant. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
私が負うべき責めにござりまする。
Why in Christ's name didn't you ask me?
何卒私をご成敗なされませ。
God, everyone just wants to die.
All of you! Go away!
Killing an old man over a bird. Make my head hurt. It's like they value life so much, but at the same time they don't. I don't. Just such polar opposites.
素直でしようが
This dichotomy, I don't know if that's a good way to put it.
今わしの通詞を痛めつけるのは勘弁ならん。
Lord, when we were at sea, we discussed my training your army in European combat. I feel I have now fulfilled that duty. I ask that my ship and my men be returned to me so that I may leave and not return.
大砲隊を鍛えるという約束のことを申しておられまする。その約束はもう果たしたと思うておいでで。 それからこの国を永久に出ていきたいと仰せでございます。
二人とも顔色が悪いな。
God, he's so perceptive.
He asks what troubles you.
I'm troubled by your whole damn country. Life has no value to you. Only the meaningless rituals you're trapped in. Like Ujiro, who died for nothing.
庭師の件で動揺しておられまする。
こわっぱじみた振る舞いをするでない。
It is my understanding that you ordered no one to touch that bird, and by law your house could not disobey that order. Nor could they allow the rotting pheasant to ruin the peace of the village.
The bird meant nothing to me.
Your words gave it meaning.
ざれ事には構っておれん。
A meeting was called with Muraji, who was the village headman. But he determined it was a house problem, so someone had to steal it and bury it. And Wijiro announced that he had been sick lately, so he volunteered. He died for a great purpose. It was a better end than he could have hoped for.
I killed him.
Yeah.
Lord, forgive me, I killed that old man.
There is no use dwelling on what cannot be undone.
How can you believe that?
We live, and we die.
And she says you can't dwell
We can
what
nothing
can't
beyond that.
be undone. But at the same time, like, that's like their sole, or her sole purpose right now, right? Is, you know, every year on the anniversary of their, her family's death, try to, like, kill herself and want to die. Can't believe that's strong for that. Sure hope we don't lose him. That we lost him. There's no way you'd find someone unless they were like barely sticking above.
Treason! There he is!
Yeah.
気が。
お刀は
These belong to Fuji's father. They may not be much, but I'd be honored.
Oh, that's actually a crazy sign of respect to Fuji's father and his sacrifice. I know he died like coward and all that, begging for his life, but he's giving meaning to the swords by not only his words, but by his actions too. Yeah. And obviously Toranaga knows about, you know, the family. Family swords not being there, and those are kind of meaning nothing. Now they do mean something. Kind of honoring Fuji in a way.
父上、あれを。
Oh man. Well, there goes your plans of holding up and kind of like stalling them out when they come to fight you. Holy shit. Oh, Fuji. Was she safe? Oh. It's beautiful too, because in a way it's inheriting Ujiro's will. And I mispronounced that again. Inherited his will. Granted, it's gardening will, but it's a show of respect, and I appreciate that. At least that's my interpretation of it.
地震の後、
It's not just a garden
ようやくこれが見つかりました。
for growing things.
叔父上の仰せの通り、プラチナ患者目が暗躍しておったようでござる。
誰の家じゃ？
年寄りの庭師でござりまする。名は上次郎、万人の屋敷に仕えておりました。昨日死にましたが。
That's a perfect frame. Damn. Oh, okay, I understand. This must be the heir's mother we saw. So yeah, that must have been her at the very beginning of the episode. I didn't even put that together. Didn't mention that. Right over my head for some reason.
Hi. よくぞご無事でお戻りになられました、落ち葉の方。
That's creepy. I don't like that. Not so much like the action, but just like the way it's framed and shot.
私が江戸を出られたのは大老衆が虎長に揺さぶりをかけてくださったおかげだと聞いておりまする。
ご母堂様の無事のお戻り、大老一同お喜び申し上げまする。
大老衆は一杯食わされたとも聞いておりまする。またもや虎長にたばかられ動きを封じられたと。
拙者が再び大老会議を招集し、
いつ
I'm not going to mix my words here. I'm going to be very straightforward.
つい
Win.
我が子の行く末を案じてしもての。
太閤様のお世継ぎにあだなすものあらば、この石戸命をかけて。
しからばもはや戦議は終わったと思ってよいのじゃな。大老衆のお考えしかと聞かせてもらいましょうぞ。
What a power grab. Is that the end? You tease. Okay, the ending of that episode tells me one thing, that Ochiba, we're not going to play around. We're here to get shit done. You council readers over here, you ain't been doing diddly. We're going to need you to get going. You're going to be answering to me. Let's go. That's pretty wild. Dude, this episode was an absolute roller coaster of emotions, character building, the kind of like inner workings, especially like for Toranaga and some of the other characters, and like how they approach things. It was beautiful. It's also an extremely depressing episode, especially like once we got Buntaro back. That whole like, what, 15 minutes probably? Just tension. That's probably the best way to describe it. And of course that tension continued throughout the entire episode. So much death and destruction in this episode too. I don't know how they managed to do it, but they somehow upped the ending of last episode in terms of like kill count, death count, and just the amount of destruction. Obviously, if you have an earthquake of that scale / like magnitude, the amount of destruction's pretty apparent. And then the after effects, as we saw, that totally wiping out not only Toranaga's men, like up top with him, So those are all, that's just dead. I don't know how Toranaga even survived that. He's lucky. And then obviously once it gets down to the village, or like, well, village and that encampment for all of his men, what are we going to fight with? Like, yeah, we got cannons, but if they just overwhelm us in numbers, like, what are we going to do? And then diving deeper into the relationships throughout the episode. Now we have like the love triangle between Buntaro, Mariko, and obviously Blackthorn. And that's just chaos. And then Fuji's catching strays, and then she's getting injured through the earthquake. But she did step up with the gun to protect the household and the honor of it, so kudos to her for that. I'm a little surprised that we didn't get more interaction between Toranaga and the son. Was it Nagato or something like that? Nagagato? Yeah. Sorry. I would imagine there would have been more back and forth there, but I guess it was sufficient in the first little bit of the episode to kind of cover what happens, cover the disappointment, impart another lesson that's going to go in one ear and out the other, then just kind of move on with life. I guess that's sufficient enough. Like, no need to spend a whole lot of time there if you're Toranaga, because I mean, you've raised him his entire life, and he obviously doesn't really take to it, so why waste any effort, right? You got a lot more pressing matters to take care of, in part due to your son's actions. And then for the two terms that I needed to look up, or like two things I wanted to look up for this episode, one was the Tatarigami, which apparently is just like powerful spirits that bring death and destruction through calamities, like all various forms, whether it be like fire, famine, plague, etc. So definitely different than Shikigami. Very related though. And then the other one was why the ladies, like we saw, I think with Ochiba, like what we saw with Lady Ochiba at the very beginning, where they're kind of walking like very heel to toe, almost like militaristic in a way. And apparently, according to what I found, it's to portray the traditional movement of high-class Japanese women, particularly from a samurai class, who are taught to walk in a controlled manner with precise movements while avoiding diagonal steps and rounded turns to appear dignified and orderly. Apparently the term for this is Shosa, S-H-O-S-A. Pretty interesting. I think the intentionality behind literally everything's, it's kind of mind-blowing. And then, of course, I have to give a head nod to the actual show itself for taking the time and effort to portray not only the clothing, but just actions. Like, who would actually care about something as small as that, right? Where they're taking very precise movements and, I guess, avoiding rounded corners. The attention to details is chef's kiss. If you did enjoy the episode, make sure you give the video a like. If there's anything I missed or you want to just, I guess, clarify down in the comment section, then go ahead and do so. And of course, if you want to follow along for the rest of Shōgun, which we only have a few episodes, then subscribing to the channel is the best way to do so. That'll also allow you for any future uploads that I have, such as Jujutsu Kaisen, to follow along there as well. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.